Okay, sine of 45 degrees equals radical 2 over 2. How do we get that? Well, we have a triangle here, and we know that this is 45 degrees. Why is this 1?
Radius of a circle.
Of what type of circle?
A perfect circle.
Good. What type of perfect circle? The unit circle, right? So this is referencing the unit circle. So this is like a little snapshot of the unit circle. So with this triangle, we know that it's a right triangle. So that means that we can use the Pythagorean theorem to find missing sides. What else do we know about this triangle? Is there anything that's not like clearly written? Good. Well, I already got that. That's 45.
Isosceles triangle.
Okay, you're right. Okay, so an isosceles triangle. So what does that tell us then? What else is missing?
Two angles are the same.
Okay, good. So these two?
No.
So I'm playing like Blue's Clues, but I want you guys to just point and tell me.
No, it's a 90-degree angle with a box.
Okay, good. So this is 60?
No, that's 45.
45, right? This has to be 45. Thank you. So we know that this is 45. So right when you get this on the quiz, I want you guys to just fill out the things that are missing, okay? And then from here, because it's on the unit circle, we're going to say that this is the x-axis, this is the y. So we're going to put down an x and a y. And that's what we need to try to connect. Now, what connects to sine? The x or the y?
Both of them y.
No, not both of them.
Y.
Y, right? So the y connects to the sine. That's why when we're proving this, we're not going to use a squared plus b squared equals c squared, because what does b have anything to, or a have anything to do with sine? Nothing. Okay? Now we could write that down as like, hey, this is the Pythagorean theorem, but we're gonna quickly transform that back over to x and y. Okay? So x squared plus y squared equals 1. That's what we know. Okay? We have too many variables right now in order to like identify which one is which. So now let's look at this, and I want you guys to think isosceles triangle. So if we have two angles that are the same, that means that two sides are the same. Okay? So that means that this side and this side are equivalent. So we can look at y and say that y is equivalent to the x. Okay? So now we go back to our algebra, and we can say if y equals x, then that means that we have x squared plus another x squared. So how many x squareds do we have?
2.
2. So we're going to actually write that. 2x squareds. So 2x squared equals 1. Now we're going to use the algebra. Okay? Solve for x, divide by 2. How do I undo the square?
Square
Good.
root.
Take the square root. Taking the square root of the top. Do you guys know what the square root of 1 is?
1.
1. Okay. And then how come I'm not putting plus or minus?
Because you can't.
Because you can't.
Because it's distance. Okay. So we have this so far. Now what do we do?
Can't have a radical in it.
Because you guys see how this isn't that yet? How do we make that into looking like that? What did they?
Multiply.
Good.
by
We're
two.
rationalizing the denominator. So whenever we have a radical, if we multiply a radical by the same radical, then it takes away the radical. Square root of 2 times the square root of 2 would be the square root of 4. What's the square root of 4? 2. So that would eliminate the radical. So we're going to multiply the top and the bottom by radical 2. And what that's going to do is get rid of the radical on the bottom. And now we have this. Okay, now is x sine?
No, because
X is not sine. But we know that x equals y, right? So since x equals y, we know that we can relate that to the sine, and y equals the sine. So thus, sine of 45 degrees is radical 2 over 2. Okay.